Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's Mevo here. It's been a while. I've been away for a couple of months doing a lot of studying, work, etc. Had a nice holidays break from the game and yeah, getting back into the swing of things with Dead by Daylight. And recently, there's been a lot being going on with the game. And today I just want to sort of cover the leaking aspect specifically in the game and just what's going on right now with leaking, licensing, behaviour versus leakers, etc. So obviously we've had the Stranger Things leak, in quotation marks I'll say that. For a while we had that leak for a while, that turned out to be not true as of yet. And we've also had, more recently, a very controversial leak, which is the Leatherface leak. Now DBD Leaks said that Leatherface would be leaving the game, and then Behaviour actually responded to this publicly with their post. I'm sure most of you have seen it, saying that he's not going anywhere, and then confirming it to people asking in the comments of that post that Leatherface would be staying. And really I just want to give my thoughts on what's going on with leaking and sort of licensing in the game. So we know DBD Leaks is normally a reputable and reliable source for the game, and has rarely got anything wrong. I mean, he leaked 3 chapters back to back to back last year. So what I actually think's gone on here is the Behaviour have actually set up a little bit of a mousetrap, if you like, a little trap, just to sort of catch the leaker who's feeding DBD Leaks this information. And that's where I think sort of the Stranger Things rumours came from. Now, obviously I thought at the start that maybe they're real, but now I think that they were fake in retrospective. This is because really, if you think about it, DBD Leaks with 100% record, to get two very major things wrong, back to back, maybe there's something up there. So what I think Behaviour did, some of the employees, or the community manager, whoever's in charge of their behaviour, I'm not quite sure, would have gone to Matthew Cote and the higher ups and said, look, we've got this leak situation, all of our content's being leaked, it's killing hype for our game, it's just out of their control. So what I think they did is they set up a fake leak with Stranger Things coming back. Because if you actually think about it, Stranger Things, or just licensing in general, licenses that leave games, or things that leave games, they don't often return. It's very unlikely that something that's been in the game, but then there's a disagreement over a contract, it's very likely that they ever return to the game. So to sort of put it, especially just after the season of Stranger Things released as well, to make that sort of information to leakers, maybe in the code or whatever, that sort of suggests to me that something's up here. And that's sort of what I think. Behaviour maybe planted this sort of little bit of fake information out there so that they could get the leaker to sort of understand, so they could understand who is leaking this information. So, and that's the same thing with the Leatherface thing. However, I do think the validity of the Leatherface leak is definitely more than the Stranger Things one. But again, something to leak so serious and such a big major thing in your game, and then for you to publicly sort of come out a week later and say, okay, this is fake, yes, we're confirming that he's staying in the game, this is confirmation, and especially one of the devs as well saying, don't believe rumours. That's quite telling to me, and that makes me think that, okay, these were setups for me. They must have been setups, because if you're getting a top leaker, the game's top leaker, because if we look at it from this perspective, DBD Leaks has no thing that he can gain from by leaking false information. It just wouldn't make sense to me to leak something false on purpose. The account has just under 200,000 followers on Twitter. It's the most reputable source of news for the game, apart from Behaviour themselves. And really, what would be the point of DBD Leaks thinking, oh, yes, I'm going to leak this information and just basically claim that it's true, even though that I know it's false, just to get clout? Because they don't need clout, DBD Leaks. They have the clout already. It's just damaging the reputation if they leak false information on purpose. And for DBD Leaks to be so strong about these leaks recently, particularly the Stranger Things one, to be so strong about that suggests to me that really, that it would have worked like any other leak that he had got before from his leaker. But just that it was maybe planted by Behaviour. to sort of catch out their leaker and then stop leaks from filtering out the game in the future. I think that's actually what the strategy or the target of the group has been for a while now. Because if we think just recently, just the other day, we had some very good cosmetics coming out, William Birkin for Blight, and some Resident Evil skins, and there'd been no mention, no talk about that. No, any little bit of leakage from any person in the community had knowledge about this or posted about it, and that's what I think they've caught the leaker here. They have caught the person that they wanted to stop their leaks coming out, like their licensed content, their chapters, gameplay updates, map updates, etc. And what I want to think about is, what does this mean going forward for the game? And I think it's quite simple for the leaking situation going forward. I think from now on, especially with DBD leaks saying that they're not going to leak any more content because it's boring for them. But in reality, what I think has gone on there is that DBD Leaks knows that they don't have the same sort of access to the information that maybe they once did, or maybe the people that could provide that information. So going forward, I think that we're not going to see that many leaks in Dead by Daylight. I think it's going to be how it used to be in the game, where you actually don't know what the next chapter is going to be, or the next content in terms of gameplay, map design, skins, cosmetics, anything. You're not going to know what's going to be unless it comes officially from behaviour, or they accidentally leak it themselves on like a stream or a tweet or something like that. And that's positive for me for the game, because it's nice to actually, jump onto a game, especially Dead by Daylight, which is a game that has a decent following, but there's not a lot that goes on generally, apart from a few updates here and there. And it would just be nice to actually, play the game for a couple of weeks and then you actually get a reveal trailer or a teaser that you have no idea was coming about, and it was a really hyped DLC. Can you imagine if, just for example, we got, say, I don't know, an Alien for Chapter 27 or Dead Space, and nobody knew about it before they actually released the official teaser or the trailer? That would be so much better for the game and the health of the game and the player base, really, than compared to if you knew about it months and weeks before. I just think it's better for the company that they're able to generate hype themselves and control sort of their own information and their own content. And there's also, finally, I know this has been quite a long rant, but I just want to sort of cover the sort of like rumours that licensors and owners of IPs would be put off behaviour because of the leaks, and like the with the 4chan post, which has been claimed to be completely false recently by someone in the actual Discord of DBD Leaks, I think it was. But yeah, people, companies not being willing to license out their content to behaviour because they don't like the fact that it leaks early. And I think that's a load of nonsense, really, because once you sign a contract, especially if it's in writing, over email, whatever, there's going to be no termination clause there unless it's for a significant fee or something like that. So companies, I don't think they really care about their content being leaked in another game early, because it doesn't really affect them. They're only in the sort of the contract and the licensing to gain the money and the exposure in that sort of genre and industry. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the leaking situation that's recently happened in Dead by Daylight, and hopefully we can have a more positive and stress-free Dead by Daylight in the future, and hopefully 2023 can bring us some great content and some great licenses. Thank you for watching.